One of the biggest blockbuster hits of all time was the recent Power Rangers movie. Oh, wait, no, sorry. No, big flop. Big flop was that. But you know what? I'll tell you what. As much as I poo-pooed the idea of that Power Rangers movie, and I poo-pooed it, and I poo-pooed it, and everything, I have to admit I came walking out of it going, I enjoyed myself watching. I did. I had a bit of a good time watching. I thought it was not bad. I enjoyed it, but it did not do well financially.
No, but I'm with you. It was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun, and if I grew up loving Japanese sci-fi, and that was a pretty good Japanese science fiction movie,
And
even though it was American.
Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah.
I mean, I just love her, and I thought the cast of the kids were great, and I enjoyed it. Was it one of the best movies of the year? No, not at all, not in the least. But it was enjoyable, but it did flop, which once again teaches. Remember Saban or Sabin or Sakabu or whatever he likes to call himself? When they were talking before that movie came out, we're planning a series of 7 movies. It's going to be a 7-movie arc. It's like, dude, hey, your first film. How about that? How about have the first one come out? Then talk about 7 films. Of course, the film was a flop. Anyway, we all remember a number of months ago, Hasbro acquired Power Rangers. Now, full disclosure, half of my household income is provided by Hasbro. My wife is a senior member over at Hasbro, so full disclosure on that. And the question has then become, oh my gosh, then are they going to do another Power Rangers movie? Could we get a sequel? Could we get a this? Could we get a that? Well, it's been a little bit in the dark. However, a little bit more light has been shed as it's being reported that the CEO of Hasbro recently said in an earnings call that he and Paramount, who they of course partnered with to make Bumblebee, that he and Paramount have talked about Power Rangers. They've talked about Power Rangers. Now, the underlying feeling here is that if they ever do get around to making another one, it will not be a sequel to the flop. They'll probably reboot the whole thing again, which, hey, I'd be down for a sequel to it, but if I were the head of Paramount or Hasbro, no way I'm making it. It just doesn't make any business sense. Reboot it. Now, this is by no means any confirmation that a new Power Rangers movie is going to happen in the next 5 years, but they're at least talking about it. Rob, number one, do you think it would be wise for them to go ahead and make another Power Rangers? And if so, is the best way to go try to build on the first one and make it a sequel, or just to reboot fresh?
Well, the Power Rangers was never exactly directed at the older demographic. And
really?
I mean, no. And I think that now we live in a world where people are excited about Aquaman, they're excited about Avengers Endgame, and I think the Power Rangers audience, their core audience, has sort of grown up. I mean, Power Rangers was a gateway drug. At least that's the way I always saw it. Now, if they want to reinvent it to make it more of a hipster teen thing, maybe.
Didn't they kind of do that a little bit with the last one?
Kind of, but it didn't work. I mean, it's true. I don't know who the Power Rangers, unless they're going to direct it more toward the younger audience. I don't see Power Rangers suddenly becoming this hipster, franchise that people who, are trimming their beards are going to be excited to go see.
See, and this is the thing.
I'm going to go buy my vinyl, and then I'm going to go see the Power Rangers movie. I don't think that's ever going to happen.
I remember when they were talking about, now this is back when I was still poo-pooing it because I didn't think it was a good idea to make it. And I would have and this happens all the time. These conversations happen all the time. John, you just don't understand how popular Power Rangers is. It's going to make $1 billion. I kid you not how many people told me that movie's going to make $1 billion. It's going to be a huge hit. You just don't get how popular Power Rangers is. And look, no, you are just way over guessing how popular they are. John, but when they have the fan conventions, the lineups, that's great for the fan conventions that the lineups go around the block. But I'm telling you, this isn't even a good idea. And then I saw the movie and I actually quite liked it. And so I was hoping it would do better, but it didn't. I do believe, in an era where studios are really trying to get recognizable IP and they're trying to get franchise and stuff like that, I believe there is value in a Power Rangers. I do. Mm-hmm. I believe there's a value in the Power Rangers, but you got to do a couple of things. Number one, you got to keep the budgets low.
Absolutely.
Because, you and I were talking beforehand, and you raised a great point. The Power Rangers that everybody grew up with and fell in love with, they were real, like ass low budget pieces of like grunk, right? I mean, that's what they were, and that's what people fell in love. Now, I'm not saying go back to guys in gray skin suits, call them putties, going. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying do that, but
that was the best part of the show.
It kind of was.
My friend was on the show, Christina Masterson. She was the Pink Power Ranger for years.
Really?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So we got a connection on the show already.
Yes, you do.
So I'm not saying do that, but reel the budget in a little bit. But I think the second thing, honestly, is you got to reboot. It's difficult. You know, any guy in construction, I work in construction for a few years, any guy in construction tell you, look, if you don't get the foundation of the house right, don't build anything until you get that right.
Right.
And if you're trying to build a franchise off a film that flopped, and the funny thing is, even though I like Power Rangers, there were a lot of hardcore Power Rangers fans who didn't. But you got to build on a more solid foundation. If you're going to do that, re-swing. Like, just go for it again. Start it over again. It's too bad Bryan Cranston as the floaty head was kind of cool. I like that. I think Bill Hader was the voice of the android.
They did a good job with that movie.
They did.
I mean, the best job they could do. The problem is the audience for Power Rangers. It's not like if you were a kid watching Transformers was still there. There's something about the Transformers that it's a very weird thing, but the first Transformers movie seemed more adult. Like the tone of it was like the war on Cybertron. There was almost an apocalyptic thing about it. But the Power Rangers, can you ever make those two words, Power Rangers, ever be cool? Like Transformers is a cool word, but Power Rangers. I mean, I like the movie as much as I like the movie, but it's still, it's not like the Avengers, or it's not like the Defenders.
Let's be honest. Star Wars is a lame name. Star Wars. I mean, now it's cool because it's associated with, but Star Wars. Really? Come on.
Yeah, but The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, elegance.
Great, yeah.
I mean,
but I think you can do something with Power Rangers. I just think it's going to be hard.
Go Power Rangers. How does that ever be cool?
Maybe you redo the song.
What if they're just the Rangers? Who knows?
Yeah, the Teen Titans became the Titans.
Yes, they did.
Because
Robin says "fuck Batman." It's a totally different thing.
I got to tell you, there's a Hong Kong, one of my favorite Power Rangers-esque things ever, is a Hong Kong movie that was made by the Shaw Brothers called The Super Inframan. Inframan. Watch this movie. The villainess is named Princess Dragon Mom in the translation. It is. He's the man beyond bionics. I have a framed Inframan poster, Princess Dragon Mom. If I could reboot any of these franchises, Inframan could be cooler than Power Rangers. It's waiting to be revived.
Information Man. Like, what is he all about?
He's like the Hong Kong ripoff of Ultraman, which, by the way, is coming to Netflix. A new Ultraman.
So they say.
I'm telling you, it's great times we live in.
All right, guys. Well, what do you guys think? Jump down to the comments. Do you think another Power Rangers is worth taking a shot at? If they do you think they really should make it a sequel or go ahead and reboot? And can it work either way? Jump down to the comment section and leave your thoughts below.